All right. Welcome to the Town of Litchfield Recreation Commission meeting. Tonight is Tuesday, January 25th, 2022. We are meeting live at the Town Hall Conference Room and the time is 7:30 p.m. We'll do a roll call of members present. My name is Steve Gannon, Vice Chair Andy Ruggles.
Present.
Secretary Peter Ames.
Present.
Member Judy Brennan.
Present.
Member Chris Burns.
Present.
Selectman Rep Stephen Weber.
Present.
Mr. Mike Bosky is absent tonight with prior notification. So we have the alternate member, Jeff Town.
Present.
And tonight we will appoint Jeff as a full voting member for this meeting. We do not have any members attending remotely. We have canceled the WebEx. We still have 3 open alternate positions if anyone is interested in joining the Recreation Commission. Consideration of previous meeting minutes. We actually have 4. November 23rd, 2021. Attendance that evening was myself, Andy, Peter, Judy, Chris, Jeff, and Steve Weber. Absent was Mr. Mike Bosky. Has everybody had a chance to review November 23rd, 2021's meeting minutes?
Yep.
I did not.
You did not? All right. May I have a motion to approve November 23rd, 2021's meeting minutes?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote.
You don't have to do a roll call, do you, tonight?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, everybody's okay. All in favor, please. But now I'm stuck in my head. Please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays and abstained. 601. Go ahead, Andy. Do the math for me.
That's good. You're 1 for 1.
All right. The second one is December 7th, 2021. This was the special meeting to approve the tractor purchase. In attendance that evening was myself, Peter, Chris, Jeff, and Steve Weber. Absent was Andy, Mike, and Judy. I have a motion to accept the meeting minutes from December 7th, 2021.
So moved.
Thank you. Could I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Chris. Any discussion, corrections? All right, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Nays and abstains. We have
Abstain.
2.
Abstain.
502. Next one, December 14th, 2021. We had a full house that night with 7 members and the alternate present. May I have a motion to accept December 14th, 2021 meeting minutes?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Any discussions, corrections, or changes? All right, hearing none, please signify by saying aye.
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 All right. Nays and abstained. We will go with the 700. January 11th, 2022. Present that evening was myself, Andy, Mike, Chris, and Judy. Absent was Mr. Weber, Jeff, and Peter, who were not able to dial in. May I have a motion to accept January 11th, 2022 meeting minutes?
So moved.
May I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion, changes, or modifications?
So are those considered absences if they weren't able to connect in?
No.
Yeah.
They weren't here.
We'll have to consider them approved absences because,
Excused absence.
yeah, basically the wrong WebEx information was provided. Okay, so let's do all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays, abstained. 403. Thank you. Public input. We do not have anyone in the meeting with us. All right, facilities and field requests. First thing I want to say is that tonight I granted all members access to modify the Google Calendar. I sent out an email early in the week to on how to do it. It's pretty easy. It's a Google Calendar, so once you get in there, you can modify and change, etc. Play with it, check it out. if you're not sure after you're done, just delete it so that we don't have something,
It popped right in once you gave me permissions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's why I couldn't see it, because I think I just didn't have permission to it.
Then it'll automatically reflect on the our webpage, which is a WordPress webpage. So yeah, if you see anything wrong, change it, adjust it accordingly. First one was Litchfield Youth Soccer. They originally requested to have it on, I think, Saturday morning or Saturday mornings. But because of the time and somebody was already in there, I don't know who was in there, but somebody was in there. Basketball. Yeah. So Mr. Bork reached out to me and asked, can we change it to Sundays from 2 to 3? At the time, you weren't going to adjust it. So it's open. We probably need to vote to approve it. But I know you want to extend yours too, right? But
Yeah, I was with Michelle Gill when she sent the email to Brian Burke, and she actually sent him a text for 3 to 4. No, 2 to 3.
2 to 3.
11 to 12, 1 to 2. No, 3 to 4, because we wanted to extend ours. 11 to 12, 1 to 2, 2 to 3. Yeah, 3 to 4.
That's what. So yours was 11 to 2, or 11 to 1.
11 to 1. We'd like to modify it to 11 to 2. It was a typo when we sent it in.
Okay.
And then soccer wanted to come, the travel soccer wanted to come in after that and do it 3 to 4.
I mean, they could start at like 2:30.
Yeah, but I think she was going to do.
No,
3
this
to 4.
is youth soccer practice. Is that same
Yeah,
as travel?
it was one team wanted to practice.
This was with Brian Bork and Jennifer Bork.
It's through them because Brian's the field coordinator.
Okay.
So Michelle had to go through Brian in order to get the
Oh, okay.
request. Just procedural thing over at soccer.
Okay. So isn't there something in there? I thought we were squeezing it in.
Only there's one on the February 20th, Boy Scouts are going in.
Yep.
But other than that, it's pretty much wide open until 5 o'clock at night
Okay.
from 3 to 5.
So you already chatted with the Borks and
I chatted with Michelle Gill. She's the coach that is requesting.
Okay. And they're
She's
okay
good
with
with 3.
changing it for
3 o'clock is what she was good. Yeah. We chatted
Okay.
the other night. And I don't think Brian modified his request because he already had it into. I think he just followed up, forwarded the same email again.
Yeah, as long as it's open, I'm okay with it. So 2 changes is you're going to go from 11 to 2, 11 to 3, 11 to
11 to
2,
12, 12 to 1, 1, 2.
11 to 2, and then they're going to go in from 3 to 4,
Did they ask for 3 to 4 or 2 to 3?
2 to 3.
Okay, let's keep them 2 to 3 then.
And what are you
We
telling
went back and forth that night.
me?
the two of us.
Okay, 2 to 3.
How
All
many
right.
drinks had you had?
I only had 2. She had about 4.
All right.
Let us know if it changes.
And I don't think there's big leagues in there. Anyways, you don't have a lot of people in there, so it's not like we're going to have the issue that with basketball.
Not at
we'll
all.
be able to.
I mean, when we go in there at 5 o'clock, there's 12 of us.
Okay.
And before that, it's going to be light.
All right. So the 2 changes is LYSL will be in Sundays 2 to 3, and then LGSL is going to go from 11 to 2.
Please.
All right. Do we have to vote that in?
I don't think so, because we already voted it.
I think
already
we
approved
did,
it.
yeah, pending.
Yeah, as long
checking
as.
Yeah,
schedule
the
and
time
everything.
change. It was just a formality.
And then soccer, you sent in the COI. Thank you for that.
Softball.
Softball, yeah.
You'll have baseballs this week.
Okay, soccer. I think he sent it too. I think I asked him to. I gave him all the information to get in as well. I'll just remind him to send a new one when he gets it. All right. Metal Detecting Club. Mr. Adam O'Neill is seeking to use Talent Hall to hold a metal detecting club meeting. He's been having them at his home, but now it's grown too large and he can't do it inside his house. Estimating around 50 members, which is quite impressive.
Wow.
50% of them are from Litchfield. It is a nonprofit. He is looking for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday from 6 to 8. He doesn't care as long as he could have it for about 2 hours. Did not provide a COI.
What sort of activity? Like, do you need a COI for
No, because
everything, or is it
that was going to be my question because it's
like I mean, if they're sitting having a group meeting,
discussing metal detecting, they're not.
they're not playing
exercising.
sports, they're not exercising. Like,
The chance of hazard is low.
yeah,
I just think inside a town building, they would probably need some, if somebody, fell off the stage, who knows, right? You probably need to be covered.
It seems
So
less
I-
risky than playing on the playground.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no COIs for that.
Is there
Right.
a policy though?
I think in
I
the
don't know.
field use
There
policy,
should be
though, it talks
something.
about having a certificate of insurance, right?
Yeah, but
But it's just a
we've never done. Everything's been sports related, so
I know.
it's injury prone.
like
in a sense.
Sports.
and all those are play at your own risk anyway. So it's
So what about like comedy night? Do they have stuff for that?
that's done
that's
under
under-
umbrella with rec.
under
So
rec.
rec and whatever league put it on together. I mean, they're almost better off going to the community center. It's going to be easier for them if it can hold enough people.
Yeah, I don't know what the community center. I'll reach out to him and see what he thinks. I agree that's more conducive to having a meeting where town hall. They're gonna have to break out all the chairs for an hour or so and then put them all back away.
Unless they're going to show about using equipment and so forth, more hands-on.
Yeah,
Depends on what their activities are going to be.
So he did reach out to me to look into it, I guess, a little bit, and then he basically says that it's just people in town. They're either experienced or novice. They want to meet once a month, just sit around, share stories of their finds, and help with any metal detecting questions, and meet other people interested in the hobby. So I don't think it's going to be really hands-on.
I think it's a great activity to have.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think more people can get interested if we.
I just don't know if they're going to be carrying an insurance. I mean, what's the pretense for carrying it under our insurance? How does that work?
That was going to be my other question.
Would
is
one of
this-
us would just have to be there, or
Are you putting your hand up?
no? I'm just.
Would we? I don't know.
It seems like we ought to have a conversation with Troy about what the town insurance covers and doesn't cover.
Yeah.
It seems a little overkill to me. to
Yeah.
require
But then I
insurance.
think we'd have to go back and modify our guidelines for facility use
Sure.
in order to go back and do that and say
Yeah.
the discretion of the commission or something to that extent.
Because when the one of the political groups wanted to use it, we required them to have a certificate of insurance, but they were just having a meeting.
Mhm.
So I guess we need to understand what is really going on. If it's just a meeting and people sitting and talking, should a certificate of insurance be required?
Yeah. What is the town
Yeah,
insurance? already
because when
cover?
they use the
Yeah.
community center, they don't need it.
Right.
Which community center you
In the fire
Oh,
station.
the fire station.
Yeah, you don't need one to go in there.
Yeah, that's probably not big enough for 50 people. Though, is it?
I don't know what they're
It's
at.
probably 30.
I thought it was
Yeah,
35.
Yeah, it's-
Depends on how they configure it too.
yeah. But
It's a perfect room for it. That way, it's not too big, and you can have a conversation.
Mhm.
But
yeah, 50 it might be kind of tight.
All right.
I mean,
so-
should we put it to vote anyway? And pending COI.
Yeah, pending a discussion. Yeah. We'll
Clarification
have a
of that with
discussion.
So that way we don't have
Troy.
to have a. When did they want to do it? When was it?
17th.
The 17th of this month.
Yeah, start the 17th. Yeah.
Of February.
February. So it's a few weeks.
Yeah, February. Sorry.
So we'll have one more meeting between now and then.
Yes.
Because we have 101.
So why don't we get these couple questions answered, I guess? And
Okay. So we'll table this for now and then bring it back.
They said what hours were they looking for?
He's looking for
6 to 8.
6 to 8 p.m. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. He's not really particular about the day. Just they need someplace to meet.
So when does
And-
basketball practice? Because they're in
Yeah.
there every night, aren't they?
Not,
I
not
don't
on
think that
Sunday
late.
nights.
not on
Well, Sunday nights we get out at
Sunday nights,
6:30
Blast is in there, yeah,
until 6:30. Is there basketball in there on Saturdays? Remember the Saturday calendar? It always seemed like it was loaded wrong. That it was all in the evening, but basketball's in the morning.
They're done at like 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Saturday evening could be open.
Saturday or Sunday evening.
What happens on Mondays? Is that?
I thought basketball was in almost every night.
Yeah. Yeah. I
They're
think
not,
they're-
they're not there on
midnight.
Friday, are they?
Yeah, they have it.
At least
I
through
don't know if they're in there,
February.
but they have it. Yeah.
Yeah, from like 5:30 to 8:30 or something. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me check the calendar.
I mean, we could at least give them a tentative, day that would work.
Yeah,
See
they're
if
in
we
there.
could-
Well, when
work
basketball's
for
over,
him,
they
but-
could change it if they want.
Mhm.
If they didn't want a Saturday night and they wanted a different weeknight, they'd be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, basketball's
Once
in there
March is here.
till end of February from 5 to 8. All right. Do you mind reaching out to Adam and see if he's interested in using the community center?
Yeah.
If he could fit it. We'll also reach out to Troy and try to get some ideas of what's required. When is a COI required?
Mhm.
And then we'll bring this back up at the next meeting if he can't fit into the.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
also those 3 nights he's looking for, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, basketball is in there till 8:00 at night.
But that's just that for that 1 month, right?
Till March, till the beginning of March.
Right. So their February meeting could be on a day that's open. They could change it come March if they didn't want Saturday night.
Yeah, but then we're also setting the precedents going forward that they'll have that, and then basketball will get shuffled around again. Saturday nights would be good, but I also agree with Steve that the community center is probably better equipped for having a sit-down meeting.
If it's big enough.
And they have the AV stuff over there. Like if somebody
It's really
wanted to
set up
show
nice
off their
now, yeah.
Stuff, like we use the TV a lot during our baseball.
Yeah,
board
show some
meeting.
videos.
It's a great spot.
Is it
It's a real good spot for a meeting.
Yeah.
better than town hall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you mind reaching out to Adam?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Healthy Kids Running Series.
Who's going to follow up with Troy on the insurance?
I'll ask him.
question?
I'll ask him tomorrow when I talk to him.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah, that'd be good to know. So going forward for all kinds of situations like this, if it's going to be a meeting.
Yeah.
Healthy Kids Running Series, Sarah Hilson is looking to hold another session like she did last year. It sounds like she had great success. She's looking for all the fields at Roy Memorial Park on Sundays from April 21st through May 22nd. So about 5 sessions, 3 to 6 p.m. We do not have a COI at this point. We might, because last time she had it was in August or October. And Healthy Kids is a national organization, so
Where do we store those COIs? Are they on the drive somewhere?
They should be, yeah.
I mean, we need to set up like a central location so
Yeah.
we can just quickly go bink,
Click
bink, done. Like we have it, we don't have it.
Yeah, I'll dig through my email over the weekend and try to pull out what I get, and I'll put them into a folder and then share the folder out. I started doing that last year, but obviously I didn't share it out.
That way, when they expire, we can move them to an expired folder or something like that. Or
And if we get to the point where the online ordering form works, then we'll be able to just save everything online instead of, some of these forms come through and they write them and they scan them and things shift and we have to try to figure out what they're looking for. My concern is, when does softball start using those fields? Are you guys in there in April?
It's weather dependent, really, but
It's weather dependent, yeah.
As soon as possible, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with soccer.
but they're not playing on Sunday afternoons, are they?
We don't have any Sunday games. We're usually Saturdays. And I don't think soccer use those fields at all in the springtime.
They didn't.
Isn't it? So she should be able to get in there from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Sundays.
I would think so.
I was actually down there a few times when they were doing the event.
Yeah.
And there was nobody else on the fields ever. So
All right. So I'll accept a motion to allow Healthy Kids Running Series to use the fields at Roy Memorial Park on Sundays, April 21st through May 22nd, 2022, from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., contingent on having a current COI.
so moved.
Second, please. Any other discussions? All right, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Nays and abstains, 7-0-0. I'll reach out to Sarah and let her know and ask her. Well, I'll look to see if we have the latest insurance. If not, I'll ask her to obtain one. That's it for facilities and field requests, right?
LGSL was, we already talked about, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's good. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna adjust the hours except for February 20th. Oh, Blue and Gold Banquet. Can you let Curtis know, please, if he doesn't know already,
Let them know.
that he requested to have, didn't it come through you? To hold the blue?
Yeah. 2 to 4 or something, or
Yeah,
20th?
on the 20th.
It was 1:30 to 4:30, I think is what you did.
Okay.
It gave you time
yeah,
to set up and break down.
Yeah, 2 to 4 with a half hour in either end.
Yeah, that sounds right, for the Blue and Gold Banquet. That's right, you weren't here last week. But that was approved, so you guys are good to go.
Yeah, I've
Sure,
told him that already. Yeah.
perfect. Thank you, Jeff. All right, new business. Talent Hall Access Control, Mr. Burns.
Yeah, so we talked about maybe going with another wireless lock on that door, something that would be upgraded from what's there, but not necessarily as advanced or robust as the town system. So I've done some research on options. Haven't found anything that I particularly like. The best solution so far. So the challenges that we run into is it's gotta match up with the challenge is to keep the cost down. It's got to match up with the hardware that's existing on the door, meaning the crash bars. So the devices that will do that, there's really only one product that has, because you've got the double door there. So that's one style of device. And then the back door is a separate style, being the one single door. So the really the only product that I found that is cost effective and will marry up to both of those devices is one particular product that you have two options. It could be wireless, like truly wireless, where it communicates to software on a PC somewhere, and you can make your changes that way. A little less expensive is an option where you've got your software here and you'd have to upload it to a device that then plugs into the lock, similar to what we do now.
Right.
It will be a little bit more advanced, a little cleaner that way. It's definitely a little bit more budget friendly than.
Is it like a USB sort of device? Or just,
Sorry?
is it like a USB that just
For the
plugs
plug-in,
in?
I'm not sure what the connection is, but it might actually even be wireless.
Gotcha.
But it has to be close to like a Bluetooth
Sure.
type connection.
Yep.
But it's it's something similar to that. So if you lose that device, then you got to get another one. And
Sure.
similarly, what we went through with the computer now with this type of setup. There are other options that are more expensive that also would give you the option of tying those locks into the town system eventually if you wanted to.
Okay.
They are more expensive to go that route, but it is an option.
Now, would they allow, they'd have the keypad, obviously, and then allowed to have multiple, like Andy sent me one last week, but you couldn't have multiple individual codes. You could only have like, I think, two or three.
You can set different codes to this, anywhere between 4 to 6 digits. You can do card or PIN. So you got both options.
And it would cover like how we now have one for soccer, like 20 different potential
Yeah,
pins.
it would. Yeah, that's more than suitable.
Okay.
You can do hundreds, if not thousands, of pins into it. So
I did find, Jeff and I found the old system. We found the old cables in the trash. I took the system home. I was able to boot it.
Cool.
I don't know how many times it's going to boot, and I was able to get it all to work. But it's still one of those things that if we can go move it up to cloud-based would be awesome. Or something that you're not putting in pins. This uses an old RS-232 connector.
one of the cloud-based products that I looked at, it doesn't match up. It doesn't connect to that exit device on there. So
Right. Okay.
you'd have to swap that out, and then I think you might be
Jumping
might
up.
not be might not be up to building code if you took that away to just a regular handle.
Oh, okay.
So that's an issue. That's a Schlage product. Schlage also makes the higher end, which, like I said, integrates into the town software, but it doesn't the offline or the lesser version of it doesn't connect to their cloud software. So
What are the
It's-
price points on those, Chris?
the one that I was looking at is a product from Yale. The lock itself is, I want to say it's around $600 a piece, roughly. Yeah, and then you're gonna get the device that programs it, which is short money. It's maybe $100.
But you said that also comes in a cloud version. It's just
No,
more
No,
expensive.
that one
Oh,
doesn't.
okay.
That has software that's going to
Gotcha.
go on a PC, and then depending on how you want to use it, you could wire up a communication device in there that would connect to both locks wirelessly, or you can do it through the computer and that
Just go to both
program
locks.
device. Yeah.
Then the also other option, the reason, one downfall about that is then we have to obtain a computer.
Yeah, you'd need a computer. There's a network connection, I believe, up in the office, so
Yeah, there
that should
is.
be fine.
There is
Um,
Wi-Fi too.
There's a
Yep.
computer there too.
Well, that's the one I took home.
We got it to boot once.
What version
Wants
of
it.
Windows was on that? I'm just curious.
I think it was XP.
Oh, nice.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised.
I played with it for about 45 minutes, making all kinds of changes and jumpers, and all of a sudden I could see it start coming up on the screen. I had to rig something up because I don't even have a regular monitor at home, so I took out an old projector I had and I expected it to smoke while it was sitting there. Ultimately, the best thing would be if we can get a cloud base, because then we wouldn't be tied to, the computer, because then that obviously changes the price. Now we have to purchase, and I'm sure it can't be like a Chromebook. It probably has to be something that has.
It's for something like that. It's not very robust. It
Right.
could be pretty much off the shelf. Yeah, it's not. It would have software that you need to buy with it, but I think you can transfer that. You can download it to multiple
Right.
PCs if you wanted
And there
to.
would there be a service fee, annual service fee? Probably not, right?
No.
Could we just get another lock like the one that's on the front door?
It's similar to what's on there now. Yeah.
But we'd have two different systems, or we'd have to replace the one on the front to be compatible with the one in the back?
You'd replace it. No, it'd be the same system. There's nothing on the back right now electronically.
Right.
Yeah, it's just the one on the front. If you wanted to do both doors, yeah, it'd be the same. It'd be the same.
Do we need something on the back?
I think it would be beneficial because a lot of people, especially in the winter, they go through the front door and then they walk across the floor to get to the back door. And if they're able to come and
So
go
let's
through
flip
the
it. Do we only put a lock on the back door and have that as the primary means of coming in?
Well, you get the handicap access on the front.
Yeah, so you'd have to do
Yeah.
that too.
You'd have, the way it is now, you got one person has to come in the front door.
Right.
Correct.
That would make more sense to put it on the front door and then have one person go in and maybe prop the back door open
Open up the
for.
back.
I'm thinking basketball mostly. They probably use the back door so they don't walk across the court.
Yeah.
So you could have somebody show up in the morning and let everybody.
I know when
That's
we
what we
do
do.
clinics, we always open the back door. Somebody comes in the front
we
and we open up the back door and everybody is told to come in through the porch and change their shoes.
But if we're going to upgrade the system,
I know for short money.
$600 or
because even
Do
if we
both.
replace what's there now, looking at them, I think we're looking at what, $1,200 is
Yeah, I'm just wondering if,
just for one lock.
are we solving a problem that doesn't need to be solved?
that's. I don't think so. I mean, I think there's definitely a benefit to having a key code on both sides. I
Yes.
mean, we have the alarm boxes; they're on both ends.
And yeah,
Except you can't get to the one in the back because we don't have keys. I'm assuming there's a key for that door.
For the back door?
Yeah.
I don't know if there is. It's just a pull handle.
Oh, it's it.
Just a pull handle. I don't think there is a key for it. I haven't looked closely.
I haven't
but
either.
I don't think there's anything mechanical on the outside.
There's just the lock, you can lock it open from the inside.
Right. Yeah.
pin.
I think that's all. Yeah, there's no thumb lever thing
Yeah.
on the back door. But
Well, we need to be able to change those codes,
Yes,
and right now we can't.
we may be able to, but I don't know. My concern is plugging it in, wiping it out, and then we're locked out because I don't know where the key is to the door either.
we don't know where the
I don't have the key.
key is.
You have a key?
Wait, so that computer talks to the doors from
It's-
up in the
No,
office?
it's he brings
There's a little box.
there's a little device that has two cables that plug. If you look at the lock, there's two it looks like speaker connections, a red and black speaker connection, and you plug it in and it talks to this DTM device, I think it was called. and then you take this DTM device upstairs and you plug it into the computer, and the computer will upload and download to the device, and then you bring it back out to the lock, and then you upload to the lock.
Very high tech.
And we found the devices upstairs, and I found the cables in the trash.
How'd you figure all that out? That's a miracle. I wouldn't have said.
Jeff is as
You can
much
find
of
the
a,
manuals online.
Right.
yeah, yep. I mean, Jeff found the DTM. I found the cables. He's just as much of a geek as I am. And then we're like, hey, I found this. I found this.
So impressed.
So
I
I mean,
figured
give,
Andy had it all.
we've got those.
I really did. That's what I figured it all was.
I did too. I thought he had it at home, but
Yeah.
So is the alarm in there tied to the door, the lock, or is it
Yeah.
two separate?
not to the lock. But if
Okay.
you open the door, it's a contact breaker.
Contact break.
So you
Okay.
can go
That
unlock
goes to
the
the police
door
station.
and
Yeah.
leave it, and it'll lock itself again.
Once you
But
unlock the
you-
door, do you have to go in and disable the alarm code?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
I hadn't been in there in a while, and I know that's how it used to be, and I didn't know if it was the same thing.
And right now, it's just the front door.
Right.
So somebody goes in the front door
Yeah.
and walks across the floor, and if it was in the back door, it'd be nice because then you could just unlock the back door, go in, grab the shovel and whatever, clean if you need to, open up the back door so the kids could come and go.
And currently, we only have like maybe 6 working codes.
No, there's a lot.
Oh, there are a lot. I know mine doesn't
No,
work.
yours and mine don't work.
So-
Everybody else's does.
And I thought they all got erased during COVID, and we only put a handful back.
Nope. Nobody erased them because nobody had the
Because nobody could get in.
nobody knew where the DTM was.
So I just double checked I can buy that lock for $850. And then the device itself, like I said, is $100, $200, whatever. And the software, the one thing I did like about that product is it also will do mobile credentials. So you don't necessarily have to give out a PIN. You can use your cell phone.
Oh, really?
Oh,
So that was kind of nice.
Yeah, because ultimately, like what we're looking to do,
Bluetooth.
what I think we should need to do is be able to have multiple codes, but then what we're missing because of COVID is the ability to lock that building down quickly.
Yeah.
Even if we have to go to the building and do it, obviously cloud-based would be the best because then we could just disable it immediately. But if we could
Well, if
at
it's on
least,
the network, you can just log into it that way, right? You don't have to
that's
go
true.
to the
That's
building.
true because it would be Wi-Fi.
Yeah. John could do it. Or
do we have any
whoever's gonna
budget line
manage that.
items we could pull
Yeah,
from?
yeah,
to-
I think there's I'll have to look. I think there's the building one. I haven't seen what the budget committee did to us this year.
So it
I
sounds
hurt
like
them more than they hurt me.
so it sounds like 1,700 for the 2 locks, and then another 300 for all the other stuff.
Roughly, yeah.
$2,000.
And
$2,000, and
installation.
then
I could probably tackle the install myself.
okay, and then maybe some sort of laptop that we keep there for access, but nothing doesn't have to be anything.
John may
crazy.
even have one around.
Yeah. A town laptop, even if,
Depending on what we need, he may have one. So
because it doesn't need to be much. It just needs, I don't know if a Chromebook would work because I don't know if a Chromebook has enough hard drive
Yeah, I
space.
don't know if it does either. I can find out the
It
specs.
shouldn't take much hard drive space to run a lock.
Yeah,
just
just
if
a
there's
matter of
nothing else on it. I mean,
Compatibility is the only question there.
Right.
get us a solid price for 2 locks, the software, whatever else you think that we need to do it.
Mhm.
And then I think that'd be beneficial.
We probably want to keep, we have a laptop or anything, we'd probably want to keep it here, not over there.
Right. That's
Right.
right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Store it here.
Yeah, it could be something that we work with John directly to take care of, or if we could have multiple. We don't know how long any of us are going to be on the commission. I don't like the idea of one person having truly the key to the kingdom. It should be here in town.
give it to the IT director, let him hold it.
Yeah. Do those locks also have a key, the ones you're looking at?
You can get a keyway in it. Or
Okay.
yeah, you could get it blank and have the town put their keyway in it if you want.
That seems to make sense.
At
to
least,
me.
yeah.
The fire department,
Because I know the fire
Right.
department has a code, but I'm
Ought to
assuming they
have-
probably have the key too.
they ought to have a
Yeah,
key.
Jerry actually had a key,
Might have
but
it for the current one.
last time he tried to get in, he was having problems with the key, so I gave him his code. So that door lock needs to be changed.
Yeah. The batteries die. The
Yeah.
only way in is a key.
Right.
Yeah.
When's the
Does
last
that have a
time those-
battery? Is that
Yeah, it's battery.
okay?
Yeah.
It just double A's.
Double A's.
It can be
change
replaced
every-
easily.
When's the last time they got changed?
Don't Don't curse us, Jeff. You
Don't
know how
ask.
it works. Don't ask those questions. Keep them inside your head.
Sorry.
I don't know what kind of batteries.
We all thought about
Get
it.
installed.
I don't know
Yeah.
what kind of batteries in the existing one.
No, I don't know. The last time it's changed,
Nice.
say 3 to 4 years ago, at least.
It's actually a potato and vinegar. And
Hamster on a wheel.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, Chris. If you can
Yeah.
come back with a what you think all in price would be, and then we can make a motion and vote on it. And I'll check the budget to see. We should have. Well, we need to be able to pull it from somewhere.
Okay.
The other thing is I'd like to talk with Troy again. He came in and met with us probably 2 months ago. And we discussed about using the impact fees to hiring an engineering architecture firm to go in and kind of give us an overall health check on Talent Hall. Because the other question is, should we even start putting money into the building if, we shouldn't even be using it? A lock is something that we could pull and use again, so I'm okay with that. But I think we need to know exactly what we can do with it. On the Facebook page, people are, upset about the parking lot not being paved. We got the quote on the parking lot before, but then we kind of held on moving it or doing anything with it because we didn't know what we would do with the building.
Yeah.
And if the building is structurally strong enough where we could do something with it, then it makes sense to start moving forward with all this other stuff. Ultimately, I think it would be great if the building is strong enough where we could redo the floor, and then maybe over time add something on so we could have true community rooms that could support more than, the fire station, or they're not sitting on basketball courts.
So the veterans group has reached out on their group. They have, I think, 2 structural engineers and an architect,
Oh, really?
and they're willing to help.
oh, cool.
Nice.
They are the resident engineers down at Hanscom.
Really?
Oh, wow.
All right. That's
So we can get with the group and see what they can do and come in and take a look at it.
That'd be great. Because, we don't know. My concern is if we have them come in and they're like, oh, you can't even be in that building.
Yeah. So should we have a list of the kind of questions we want to answer? Or they might have some ideas, but things like HVAC, insulation.
There's
those
no
kinds of
insulation.
things. Right. Yeah.
No, the HVAC.
I think our
It's
big
brand
one's
new.
structural on that.
But what can
building,
we
right?
do?
Yeah.
Floor
right.
standpoint, it's structural.
Yeah.
The
That's
floor
really
is-
because the floor we can't redo anymore. We can't resand. We can't refinish.
Yeah.
And then the question became, well, can we I thought, well, let's put a rubber mat on it.
Mhm.
But then I got a little feedback saying, oh, you don't know if you could even support it. So we need to know what is under
Yeah,
that floor.
certainly the floor is a
There's
big
mice.
question.
How much money,
Yeah.
will it need to
The
support?
power in the
The
lock.
mice like it.
Can it support it? Should we put money into it, or do we have to start looking at alternative methods?
Yeah.
It's also like the septic tank. I don't know the last time the septic was pumped. So that's something we have to actually work
Oh,
with Troy.
geez.
So Troy did say that the impact fees can be used for that, but if we can get some volunteers to do it, maybe we could use the impact fees for something else. I don't know if we could do anything to that building, but maybe something, I don't know. Impact fees are a tough egg to crack.
It's tough figuring out how they actually work.
Yes. How to use them. Yeah,
There's
if
a-
you could-
Because every way each one's received is different,
Yeah.
which makes it interesting on which ones can be used in which way.
Right. I think rebuilding our community center would suffice, but it's an old building and it's here before. I don't know.
Do we really not know when the septic was pumped?
I do not know.
We're fortunate it doesn't get heavy usage,
Yeah, it
but
hasn't
Yeah,
been used.
it
It didn't get used for
doesn't get
a
used
year and a
very much.
half.
And yeah, I was gonna say in the last couple of years, not as much, but
Even at normal usage, just doesn't get much use.
Does anybody know where it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's on the south side of the building.
Yeah. So when you first pull into the parking lot,
Mhm.
you take a right, there's the manhole covers right there. That's the septic.
Huh.
I don't know where the leach bed is, if there is a leach bed.
I think that's sort of where that shed is on the south side. I think it's
Probably.
beside that.
Probably the parking lot.
I hope it's not as old as the building.
And that was the other thing is, we can't extend that way because that's septic. So then you have to start digging up a septic and replace the septic. And then when you get to the point where you're like, just tear the building down and start fresh, move it.
Move it 10 feet.
Move it 10 feet. All right. So on that situation, I'll reach out to the veterans group, or do you know? How do
I
you
know him well. Yeah, I'll reach out.
You know, ask them if they could.
Yep.
Get
I don't think anybody this time of year wants to crawl into there,
No, no.
but I'll get with Bobby Jacques and the group.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think I prefer this time of year.
I know. Less critters.
Less critters.
Yeah, I agree.
Not hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we have to know where that building stands, so then we know how to move forward. All right, old building. Any other topic discussion on that? Everybody good? Move to old business. Mask requirements inside Talent Hall. It looks like things have peaked and are turning around. They're down below 14,000. Below 14,000 still doesn't sound too good. I think we should continue with the mask requirement and readdress at the next meeting. Everybody input?
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good
Yeah.
to you? All right, so we'll hold the mask requirement in place till we address at the next meeting and see if things are starting to turn around a little bit better, a little quicker.
It's been a lot better on Saturdays. I'll tell you, basketball sent out an email to all the parents, and it seems like a lot less people are coming, first of all. Second of all, people are very spread out, and
Yep.
most people are wearing masks
Awesome.
spread out. So
That's good. Appreciate that. Something I'd like to do too, and I mentioned this, when the town starts having all the light poles replaced with the LEDs, I think we should have one put in right by the gate. There's a dark spot when you're going from the parking lot to the building. There's a dark area, and I think we should illuminate that with maybe a new light.
Okay, so reach out to Troy because we did the assessment so far, and now one of the rebate programs has went away, but we're going to still proceed forward because we think it was only $100 per fixture. And we only have like 42 fixtures, so you're looking at $4,200, and where the ROI was anywhere, we're like, just go and do it. So you may want to reach out and just say, hey, you have another light we want to put in.
Yeah, there's one in the parking lot, and then maybe add one. I think would be, because that's. I remember walking down there when my kid was going. I always thought it was a little creepy to have that area.
As long as there's a pole there and there's a feed to it.
Yeah, I think there is, because it feeds to the building.
So if you want to ping Troy, just add that to the list when they come to do them.
Other business, I provided Mr. Gamache the access code for talent. Asked him to test it before they went in. I asked Mr. Ames to reach out to Christmas in Litchfield. When they took everything down in front of the building, expecting a lot of snow, so they, I think, quickly moved everything to Talent Hall, and a lot of the Christmas trees just got stuffed under the deck. And I think they should do something, move them back inside or whatever.
There is a lot of stuff inside in the upper left-hand storage room,
Yeah, it needs to be cleaned out.
but I think they added more stuff recently.
So something
It's
Jeff
all
and I-
Christmas and Litchfield stuff.
mainly, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Something Jeff and I talked about is we should go in there and take everybody's belongings out and put them on the floor and have them come in and decide what they want to keep and what they want to get rid of. I know you guys kind of just did that recently and cleaned it up.
Kitchen. Yeah.
There's
there's like big targets in there
Yeah.
for shooting, and
basketball. There's
there's
card
a
of
bunch of
basketball.
random stuff up there.
Yeah. My concern is having those trees underneath. It's going to block all the leaves and everything else from being cleaned out from underneath. I don't like the way it looks. And then eventually,
We literally just cleaned that out.
Critters are going to start nesting in it.
Yeah.
right. And then all the Litchfield youth are going to find them and they're going to be floating in the pond.
Right.
Hopefully, I just didn't play But yeah, I know they were looking for help to move them out quickly because they wanted to get it done before the snow came. But I think they just need to take the time and move it up there. If they want to go up there and take some time and clean it up, appreciate that because there's a lot of stuff up there. I also spoke with Mr. Gibbons from Jolt Electric. I'm going to have him come in and give us an idea of what we can do to make the electric more efficient, like the electric heat in the bathrooms. And I also mentioned I want to get rid of the hot water tank on the second floor, put a tankless system. So he said he'll come in and look it over and then it'll give me an idea of what we can do, what we can't do, you know, that kind of stuff, and move it. But there's a 40-gallon hot water heater sitting on the second floor. Bad news. So,
Oh, Lord.
and for what? For 4 sinks. So why not go tankless, make it closer? Then we get rid of that electric tape running underneath the stage as well.
Need about 5 gallons a week, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Not 40 gallons sitting there.
40 gallons forever. Yeah, crazy.
All right, and that's all I had. Anybody else have anything they want to put in?
Just for information, I put a couple pieces of plywood over the holes in the roof in the
Yes.
shed.
Thank you for doing
Thank
that.
you.
But we gotta
Yeah,
put the
that
plywood and I
needs-
put some tar on the top edge of it to keep the water out. But
Yeah,
we
next
need to re-roof that in the spring.
Yeah, that needs to be taken care of. Completely re-roofed and bitch stain and new shingles and
I think we're gonna dig into that and be like,
Just rip the whole roof off and then
I think you
wonder
may
if
go
the
deeper.
walls are still good.
it didn't
And the
look
floor is
The
not
joist
good
didn't
either.
look too bad. It looked just more like the plywood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope that's all it is.
There were some branches fell off and poked some holes.
Sure.
But the floor is
Rotten.
not in good shape either.
And then maybe somebody can find a lock to the combination, the one on the other side that nobody even knows is there.
Oh, that other shed on the other side. Yeah.
It's over there. I was shocked when I saw it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you should pick it up and move it down to Sawmill and use it as a concession stand. They need one down at that field.
Okay.
Who knows what's in there?
It used to be the softball concession stand, I think.
Oh, the old one.
The old one, yeah.
Oh,
before
yeah,
the new one
yes,
came
it-
in.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Judy knows that combination.
All right. Let's
It's her birthday.
Right.
maybe I'll reach out to Kevin and ask him to go
I
down
think
with some bolt cutters.
Back in
and
my
cut it
day,
off.
you used to just have padlocks on it, I think.
Yeah.
That old one.
It's still there.
It has
So-
a padlock.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
padlock.
Go through your notes, try to find the combination code. The ones I have doesn't.
I got a little basket of all kinds of keys at home that I don't know what they go to, so.
There, when you open that up, I want to see what's in it. It's probably like a time capsule, you know?
I would like to see what's in there too. Yeah, I
I'd like to be there at a distance.
Yeah. When you open it. No, it's
Yeah, I heard that part. You guys were all standing out back, ready to run.
umbrellas.
Can't we just snap the locks off and check it out? Now
I'll just
I'm
ask
really
Kevin to-
curious.
Ask Kevin to cut those.
I know, I want to see what's
I
in it.
want to go, yeah,
Off
I
and-
want to be there.
Yeah, if you can cut it off, I bought extra locks. We'll just put one of ours on afterwards.
Maybe we can make it like a town event, like a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Guess what's in the stand?
Yeah.
Kind of like one of those where you bid on the storage shed.
Yeah. We should
That
sell
would
the
be funny.
contents of the take bids.
Storage.
Yeah, Storage
Storage
wars.
wars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
storage
yeah.
wars.
We'll get the auctioneer in here.
You have to take whatever's in there with you.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, it's all
Dead or
yours.
alive.
You own it.
All right. Accept a motion to adjourn.
What's the non-public thing? Are we, or is that?
I think it's always on
It's
there.
always on
It's always
there.
on
Yeah.
All right. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
All right. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
700. Thank you. Thank you, Oscar.
Look at that, under an hour.